Hello everyone. Question is a company has an on-premises production Microsoft SQL server with 250 GB of data in one database. A database specialist needs to migrate this on-premises SQL server to Amazon RDS for SQL Server. The nightly native SQL Server backup file is approximately 120 GB in size. The application can be down for an extended period of time to complete the migration. Connectivity between the on-premises environment and AWS can be initiated from on-premises only. How can the database be migrated from on-premises to Amazon RDS with the least amount of effort? Option A. Backup the SQL Server database using a native SQL Server backup. Upload the backup files to Amazon S3. Download the backup files on an Amazon EC2 instance and restore them from the EC2 instance into the new production RDS instance. Option B. Backup the SQL Server database using a native SQL Server backup. Upload the backup files to Amazon S3. Restore the backup files from the S3 bucket into the new production RDS instance. Option C. Provision and configure AWS DMS. Set up replication between the on-premises SQL Server environment to replicate the database to the new production RDS instance. Option D. Backup the SQL Server database using AWS Backup. Once the backup is complete, restore the completed backup to an Amazon EC2 instance and move it to the new production RDS instance. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is a company is looking to move an on-premises IBM DB2 database running AIX on an IBM Power 7 server. Due to escalating support and maintenance costs, the company is exploring the option of moving the workload to an Amazon Aurora Post GRE SQL DB cluster. What is the quickest way for the company to gather data on the migration compatibility? Option A. Perform a logical dump from the DB2 database and restore it to an Aurora DB cluster. Identify the gaps and compatibility of the objects migrated by comparing raw counts from source and target tables. Option B. Run AWS DMS from the DB2 database to an Aurora DB cluster. Identify the gaps and compatibility of the objects migrated by comparing the raw counts from source and target tables. Option C. Run native post GRE SQL logical replication from the DB2 database to an Aurora DB cluster to evaluate the migration compatibility. Option D. Run the AWS schema conversion tool, that is AWS SCT, from the DB2 database to an Aurora DB cluster. Create an migration assessment report to evaluate the migration compatibility. Correct answer is option D. Question is Amazon RDS for Oracle with transparent data encryption is used by a financial services organization TDE. At all times, the organization is obligated to encrypt its data at rest. The decryption key must be widely distributed and access to the key must be restricted. The organization must be able to rotate the encryption key on demand to comply with regulatory requirements. If any possible security vulnerabilities are discovered, the organization must be able to disable the key. Additionally, the company's overhead must be kept to a minimal. What method should the database administrator use to configure the encryption to fulfill these specifications? Option A, AWS Cloud HSM. Option B, AWS Key Management Service AWS KMS with an AWS Managed Key. Option C, AWS Key Management Service AWS KMS with server-side encryption. Option D, AWS Key Management Service AWS KMS CMK with customer-provided material. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.